by your sides, feet firmly planted down. Spread your hands wide on the mat, and then think about expanding through your collarbone. So as you press down into the ground, you should feel your triceps. And then breathe. Big breath in. Open mouth. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more big breaths just like this. Breathe in. And out. Inhale. Exhale. Ujjayi breath. Breathe in through the nose. Out through the nose. Finding a slight constriction in the back of the throat, almost like you're finding ocean waves. In and out. Now, while you're here, hover your right foot into a tabletop. Yeah, flex your toes, lift your knee up, and then press into your palms. Think about turning your right glute on, and then lift your hips like you would in a bridge pose. Pausing here, flex your toes. Can you lift your hips a little bit higher? And then think about pulling your core in. While you're here, you should start to feel your right glute activate. And just breathe. Big breath in. Big breath out. Now, while you're here, you can keep the knee bent or maybe straighten the leg up towards the sky. You can start to get a hamstring stretch. Now, point the foot and then spread the toes nice and wide, just like you would in a Barbie foot. Now lift your hips a little bit higher. Now we're just going to take little tiny pulses. So all we're doing is really activating and loading that right glute. Just little tiny pulses up and down. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Bring your left ankle to your right knee. Keep your hips level. Can you open up to a figure 4? Now rebalance your hips. And then lift your hips even more. So your right glute is still lifted. Yep. Still in this figure 4 pose. Still in this bridge pose. Continue to press down through your hands. Awesome. Breathe. Big breath in. Big breath out. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Release your left foot down. Start to hover the right foot. Keep your hips lifted. Awesome. Lift your hips up. Now your right foot is bent like a tabletop. Turn your left glute on, press down through your hands. Can you straighten your leg? Awesome. Feel your hamstring. Point the foot and then spread the toes. Breathe. Big breath in. Big breath out. Feel your left glute. Let's pulse. Awesome. We're here for 5, 4. Can you squeeze your glutes a little bit more? 3, 2, 1. Keep the hips lifted. Right ankle, left knee, figure 4. Hips stay lifted in this bridge pose. Level out your hips so your tailbone still presses right towards your heels. Awesome. Lift your hips a little bit higher. Big breath in. Big breath out. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Release your right foot down. Slow and control around your spine. Lower your mid back, your low back, and then untuck your tailbone. Awesome. Draw one knee, then the other into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Let's bring our knees into tabletop. So knees come right over the hips. Hands stay on the knees here for a moment. And I want you to think about pressing the tailbone down. So you have a little bit of an arch in your back here, just the natural curvature of the spine. Bring your hands back behind your head, just a little bit of core. Point your elbows up towards the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. Can you gaze at your belly? Awesome. Now bring your elbows forward towards your knees. Can you lift up a little bit higher off those shoulder blades? Breathe. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, right away, lift all the way up. Gaze at your belly button. Can you lift up a little bit higher? Keep those knees away from you. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Awesome. Finding some more movement. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. We shouldn't have to do that many of these because you can really feel your core lower. And lift. Awesome. We're here for 3, 2. Last one. Come up and hold and pause here. Breathe. Can you take your palms and bring them forward, palms face down? Awesome. Now can you pull your fingertips forward just a little bit more? Reaching the fingertips forward, can you lift up a little bit higher off those shoulder blades? Bring your knees forward slightly. Big breath in. Big breath out. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, lower the head. Draw the knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Awesome. Bring the feet as wide as your mat on the ground. Hands can come down by the sides. Keep your toes flexed. We're going to just drop the knees over to the left. Flex your toes. Yeah, so it's just a gentle twist here. Can you pull your right knee forward just a little bit more so your hip lifts a little bit off the ground? Awesome. Breathe. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bring your knees back through center and then all the way to the other side. Flex your toes. Pull your left knee forward. Breathe. Breathe in and out. Awesome. Bring your knees back through center and then bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Bring your knees back over you and then bring your hands back behind your head. Nice deep full breath in. Exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Once again, we're going to pause here. Start to extend your left leg out. While you're here, just take a little tiny movement over to the right. Awesome. Trying to bring that left elbow towards that right knee, but don't bring that right knee forward. Can you lift up off that shoulder blade? Bring your knee back through center, bring your head back through center, and lower. Big breath in. Exhale, lift up. Hold in here, extend your right leg. Inhale. Exhale, twist over to the left, stay up off that shoulder blade. Bring the knee back through center, bring the chest back through center. Let's do this twice more each side. Inhale. Exhale, lift up. Pause here. Extend the left leg, twist over to the right, and pause. Breathe in. Breathe out. Awesome. Knee back through center, head back through center, and lower. One more. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Twist over to the left, extend your right leg, lift up off that left shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. Back through center, and release. Last time each side. Lift up. Twist over to the right, extend that left leg. Big breath in. Big breath out, come back through center and release. Last one, you got it. Lift up. Right leg, twist to the left. Lift up off that left shoulder blade. Inhale. Exhale. Come back through center and release. Give yourself a nice big hug. Awesome. Now let's start to rock and roll the length of the spine coming all the way up to the tailbone. Maybe the toes can tap all the way overhead. Just getting some nice big movements in here. Awesome. Take 2 more rocks. Last rock. Maybe you can cross your ankles, come over your knees. Let's come to a tabletop position. Shoulders stack over the wrists. Knees can be right over the hips. And then untuck your toes. Press the tops of the feet into the ground. While we're here, we're going to just breathe for a moment. Start to shift a little bit of weight into your hands. So you're equally pressing between your hands and your knees. Awesome. Now, while you're here, let's take the left foot back behind us. Press the left toes into the ground. Lengthen through your spine. Think about narrowing between your ribs and your hips so you're pulling your core in, flattening your mid-back. Breathe. Breathe in and out. Awesome. Now, while you're here, think left glute on. Can you hover the left leg? Hold here. Breathe. Awesome. Now, while you're here, can you level out your spine? Can you pull your core in? Now, continuing to breathe here, can you bend your knee? Keep your hips level so the core is still engaged here. Can you lift your glute a little bit higher? Really feel that left glute. Awesome. Inhale. Exhale, release the leg down. Take the right toes back behind you, opposite side. Press down through your hands. Press the heel back here to just get a gentle stretch. Breathing. Big breath in. Big breath out. Awesome. Now, think right glute on. Can you float the leg? Awesome. Breathing here. Big breath in. Big breath out. Can you bend the knee and then lift the hip a little bit higher? Narrow between your ribs and your hips. Continue to push down through the floor. Gazing right down at the hands. Breathe in and out. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Release your knee back down. And let's just wag our hips from side to side for a moment. Shaking out our low back. Shaking out our hips. Parallel to the sides of your mat, your shoulders right beneath your elbows, or you can make a fist with one hand and then bring the other hand around. But again, you still want the shoulders underneath the elbows. Tuck your toes under, and then we'll lift up for a dolphin pose. Now, while you're here, narrow between your ribs and your hips. Think about finding a neutral pelvis here. So gaze slightly forward so you can see your elbows and your periphery, and then really push the floor away. So you're trying to press the chest and the tailbone as high as you can towards the sky, lifting your ribs. Awesome. Now, while we're here, we're going to take a little bit of movement. Inhale, come up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, can you sink back to your heels? Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, sink back to the heels. Awesome. Tippy toes, heels. 2 more. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Awesome. Drop down to the knees. Come back up to the hands. Tuck your toes under. Let's lift up for a down dog. First down dog of the day. Begin to bend left and right. Warm and wake up your hamstrings. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Finding whatever movement feels good for you right here, right now. But I want you to think about in our down dog, just like we did in our dolphin. Can you press the hands? Can you lift the tailbone a little bit higher? Awesome. Really pulling the ribs and the hips apart. Big breath in. Big breath out. Awesome. Inhale, come up to your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Step forward, forward, fold. Plant your hands into your shins or onto the ground. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Awesome. Full body stretch. Inhale, reach the arms forward, reach up high to the sky. Modified sun salutation. Exhale, fold your hands down. Firmly plant down through your hands. Take your right toes and step them back. Drop down to your back knee. Untuck your back toes. Rise up, low lunge. Awesome. Now pull back in your low lunge. So we're looking for some angles here. Left knee is right at a 90-degree angle. We're finding a tall spine. So everything from our skull, our scapula, so our shoulder blades, our tailbone, and our knee are in one straight line. Just breathing here. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Lower the hands down. Tuck the back toes under. We're going to step back to a quick plank. Drop down to the knees. Lower all the way down to the belly. Awesome. Think about dragging the hands back. So as they're planted down, can you lengthen through your collarbones? Inhale, lift up slightly. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up, cobra. Exhale, lower down. 2 more just like this. Lift up and lower. Keep the chin with the chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Whatever feels good for you. Press up through tabletop or press up through a push-up. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Awesome. Right toe step forward. Drop down to your back knee. Untuck your back toes. Rise up. Low lunge once again. Now, while we're here in our low lunge, again, think about pulling yourself back. So finding this straight line. Skull, scapula, sacrum, one straight line. Finding yourself as tall as you can be right here, right now. Narrow between your ribs and your hips. Can you find your core in this pose? Now, typically we talk about our core just kind of from our ribs to our kind of the lower part of our belly, but it really spans all the way from our shoulders down to our pelvis. So can you grow taller? Awesome. Inhale. Exhale, hands plant down, tuck your back toes under, step forward, forward fold. Half lift, lengthen. Fold, exhale. Full body stretch, reach forward. Awesome, let's pick up the pace. Fold, exhale. Inhale, half lift. Plant your hands, step your left foot back, drop down to the knee, untuck the toes, rise up, low lunge, big full breath in. Exhale, hands plant down, tuck the back toes under, step back plank. Lower, however it feels best, to the ground. Inhale, come up, cobra. Exhale, press back down, dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Awesome. Left foot steps forward, drop down to the back knee, untuck the back toes, rise up, low lunge. One big full breath in. Exhale, hands plant down, tuck the back toes under, step forward, forward fold. Half lift, lengthen. Fold, exhale. Full body stretch, inhale. Awesome, one more full round. Fold, exhale. Half lift, lengthen. Plant the hands, step the right toes back, drop down to the back knee, rise up, low lunge. Awesome, hands plant down, step back, plank pose, lower to the ground. Draw the shoulder blades back as you lower. Inhale, come up, cobra. Exhale, lower down dog. Awesome, big breath in. Big breath out. Right foot steps forward, drop down to the back knee, untuck the back toes, rise up, low lunge. Awesome, fold, plant the hands down, tuck the back toes under, step forward, forward, fold, rise to stand. Awesome, you got it. Fold, last time. Half lift, lengthen. Plant the hands, step the left toes back, drop the knee, keep the toes tucked under, rise up, low lunge. Now, while we're here, take your right hand to your low back. And I really want you to think about pressing your low back down so your tailbone's pressing down. And then can you pull back just a little bit farther? With your left palm, can you reach up even higher? Almost like you're reaching for something in the sky. Lift your chin slightly, narrow between the ribs and the hips. Big breath in. Big breath out. Awesome, one more. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome, release the right arm, reach it up. Hands plant down, step back, plank pose, whatever feels best for you, lower down to the ground. Inhale, come up, cobra. Exhale, press back down, dog. Last side, left leg steps forward, drop down to the knees, keep the toes tucked under, rise up, low lunge. Pause here, left hand comes to your low back. Now, keeping the right bicep by the ear, how do you reach up a little bit higher? Lifting with the ribs. Spreading the fingertips wide. Big breath in. Big breath out. Awesome. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Breathe in. And out. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, release the hand, reach up. Plant the hands down, step forward, forward fold. Half lift, lengthen. Fold, exhale. Full body stretch, reach for the sky. Hands to heart center, open mouth. Awesome, how you feeling? That's great, let's do some more. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold, plant the hands down. Half lift, lengthen. Plant the hands down, step the right toes back, drop down to the knee. Now you can untuck the toes if that feels better for your knee. Let's rise up once again to a low lunge. Bring the hands forward, bring the right hand forward. Left hand's gonna come back behind, right thumb points up towards the sky, left thumb down. We're gonna interlace our hands. Now, sit up tall, standing up as tall as you can, narrow between your ribs and your hips. Take a nice deep full breath in. As you exhale, use your core, twist to the left as far as you can. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Center and twist. Awesome, let's do this 3 more times. Center and twist. You got it. Here for 3, 2, really feel that core. 1, we're gonna hold. Bring your hands into a prayer. Bring your right elbow right on top of your left knee. Tuck your right toes under. Let's come up to a little bit of a twist. Awesome. Square your hips, square your shoulders. If you want, you can relax your head or gaze directly at your fingertips. You may have to find your balance here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Awesome. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to bring our hands back through center and we're going to open to the side, goddess or horse pose. Now, think about finding a tall spine. So skull, scapula, sacrum, one straight line. So typically we tend to make this bootylicious. Can you make it a nice flat back? Finding as tall of a spine as you can. Toes and knees track together. Bring your hands to your hips for just a moment. And then see if you can drop down just a little bit more. Yeah, you should start to feel your thighs engage. And then take your arms out to the side. Spread your fingertips wide, palms face down. Keep your lower body still. We're just going to move from the ribs. Can you move forward and then back and forward? Keep your legs still though. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Joe. Don't move your legs. All we're moving is our ribs. I can see it in the video. Awesome. Moving side to side. Just finding a little bit of freedom here in our spine. You got it. We're here for 5, 4. Can you sink deeper? Keep your booty tucked under. 3, 2. Awesome. 1. Come back through center. Bring your hands to your hips. Straighten through your legs. That should feel nice. Turn your toes forward. Start to shift your weight into your left leg. We're going to come forward to a warrior 3. Flex your toes. Pull your core in. So your core should be engaged in this pose. Left toe or right toes point down towards the ground. Nice deep breath in. Deep breath out. Awesome. Inhale. Can you level out your hips just a little bit more? Exhale. Awesome. Use your core. Draw your right knee into your chest. Come to a stand. Awesome. Standing up as tall as you can. Again, narrow between your ribs and your hips. Can you lift the ribs up off the hips? Awesome. Breathe. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Release your foot down. Great job. Let's do the other side. Inhale. Arms reach up. Exhale. Forward fold. Half lift. Lengthen. Plant your hands. Step your left toes back. Drop down to the knee. Toes can stay tucked under or not. Rise up, low lunge. You got it. Think about finding that tall spine. This time, left arm comes forward, right hand comes back. Interlace your fingers, thumbs point either up or down. Big breath in to sit up tall. Exhale, use your core to twist to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist to the right. Center, twist to the right. You got it. 5 more. Here for 5. Can you use your core to twist a little bit more? 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause. Hold here. Switch yourself to a prayer position. Elbow comes right on top of the knee. Tuck your back toes under. Can you lift up? Now, we've already done the other side, so this side should be a little bit easier. Gaze at your fingertips or down at the ground. You can also relax your ear as well. Awesome. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Can you use your core to twist a little bit more? 2 more breaths. Last one. Inhale. Awesome. Open up, goddess pose. Now you got it once again. Shoulders over the hips, skull, scapula, sacrum. Pull your core in. Sink your hips even more. Bring your arms out straight. Same thing. Move only from the ribs, so keep your legs stagnant, moving from side to side. You'll notice you have a little bit more freedom on this side than you did on the other. Can you bend into your knees a little bit more, but keeping the integrity in your core and in your spine? Awesome. You got it. Move those ribs. Feel those obliques working. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands to your hips. Lengthen through your legs. Turn yourself forward. Warrior 3. Awesome. Square your hips to the ground. It's more important to keep integrity in your core, in your pelvis, in your spine, than it is about finding that big capital T. Point your toes at the ground. Level out your hips. Can you square your hips just a little bit more? Almost like if I were to put a big glass of beer on your back, could you balance it? Awesome. Breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. Use your core. Draw the left leg in. Come to a stand. Awesome. Keep that left leg bent. Can you stand up taller by keeping your core engaged? Awesome. 3 big breaths here. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Release the foot down. Shake out your legs. Shake out your arms. Awesome. Great job. Inhale. Reach up. Tall spine. Exhale. Fold. Hands plant down. Plant your hands down. Inhale. Half lift. Awesome. We're going to step back to a plank pose, or we can drop right down to our knees. Let's lower all the way down to our belly. Whatever that looks like for you. Open up your feet as wide as your mat, or a little bit wider than your hips, since if you're not using a mat, And then bring your arms like a cactus out to the sides. Yeah, now you might have to readjust like I'm having to do here depending on what's around you. Now, tops of the feet press down, bring your chin to the ground. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, lift everything up off the ground. Exhale, lower. Keep your gaze forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Parachuter. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Awesome. Continue. Lift and lower. If you ever wanted to skydive, maybe this is how you start practicing. And lower. You got it. 3 more. Here for 3. Great job. 2, 1. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Press back, downward facing dog. 3 big breaths. Awesome. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. Pick up your left leg. Inhale. 3-legged dog. Square your hips. Square your shoulders. Think about pressing your arms on. Can you lift the ribs even higher to the sky, but keep the pelvis neutral, toes still point down. Big breath in. Big breath out. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, draw the left knee into your chest. Step it through. Right away, walk your left hand forward. Let's rise up, half moon pose. Now, your hand can stay at the ground. It can come to a prop. Or it can just hover up off the ground. Awesome foam roller, Joe. Lift your chest a little bit higher. Engage through your core. Think about turning your ribs to the side, but keep your gaze down. Awesome. Big breath in. Big breath out. Awesome balance. 1 more. Inhale. As you exhale, slow and control, bend into the left leg. Land, warrior 2. Awesome. Hips and shoulders open now. Fingertips spread nice and wide. You're still bending into that front knee. Back leg is nice and long. Awesome. Let's find a little bit of movement here. Flip your top hand up. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, forearm to thigh side angle. Come back to neutral. Come back to your warrior 2. Let's bring our hands back to that prayer position. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to engage to our obliques. Hands stay at heart center. Big breath in. Big breath out to sink into the knee. Inhale, drop your gaze to your back toe and see if you can lean back just like you did in that reverse. Exhale, begin to gaze forward at your front toe. Shift forward. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Now you should really feel your obliques. Reverse. Side angle. 2 more. Reverse. Side angle. Last one. Reverse. Side angle and hold. Pause here. Now, take your right hand all the way down to the ground. Start to pivot on your right toes. Find a nice big twist. Opening to the side of the room. Awesome. Shift a little bit of weight into that right arm. Yeah, you should feel your shoulder blade right onto your back core engage. Gaze down at your thumb. Awesome. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, bring your top hand down. Frame your left foot. Start to gaze forward. Shift your weight into your left leg. Standing splits. Awesome. Hips are squared to the ground. Can you walk your hands forward just a little bit more and then bring them firmly down to the ground? Yeah. Now, depending on how you feel, if you feel okay, you can stay right here. Or can you shift some weight into your hands? So just getting used to the idea of our hands firmly planted onto the ground. Awesome. That back leg is as straight as possible. Yeah, extend it right back. Press through the heel. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now bring your hands to your hips. Can you use your core and stand all the way up, keeping that right foot lifted? It's okay if it touches the ground. Flex your toes. Bring your right ankle to your left knee. Keeping your hands at your hips. Keep your pelvis level so your right hip stays forward. Can you just drop your hips into a figure 4? So think about pulling your butt back. moving the femur bone back so that way the knee doesn't come in front of the ankle. Big breath in, big breath out. Awesome, one more, inhale, exhale. Awesome, come back to stand, release the right foot down, shake out your legs, shake out your arms. Great job, one more side. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold down. Half lift, lengthen. Plant your hands, step back, plank pose. Lower the knees, lower the chest. Parachuter, chin to the ground, arms open like a cactus. Feet open wide, big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Yeah, we're strengthening those back muscles. Lift and lower. Your core should still be engaged. Lift and lower. You got it. We're here for 5. This is where you find out how much you ate before class. 4, 3, 2. Last one, lift up, lower down, downward facing dog. Awesome, deep breath in. Open mouth. Press down through your hands, pick up your right leg. Flex your toes, point your toes down, level out through your hips. Press through your hands. Can you press your chest back towards your thigh just a little bit more? Keep your pelvis neutral, big breath in. Big breath out. One more, inhale. Exhale, draw the right knee forward, step forward. Half moon, walk the right fingertips forward. Can you hover the left leg, hover the left hand? If this is too much, you can always bring your hand to your hip. Can you bring your toes forward slightly? So if I were to stand at the edge of your mat, it's almost like you'd be about to kick me. Breathe, big breath in. Big breath out. Can you lift through your core? Awesome, inhale. Exhale. Bend into the right knee. Slowly step back, warrior 2. Awesome, take a moment if you need to readjust your feet again. Front knee points forward, out of that second toes, arms outstretched. First one with using the core, but using the hands as well. Flip your top hand up, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, hands at heart center. There you go. Inhale, reverse, gaze down. Exhale, come forward, side angle, gaze at your toes. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Awesome, reverse. You feel those obliques, side angle. One more, reverse. Side angle, hold, pause here. Left hand comes down, come up to the left toes, reach the right arm high. Beautiful. Can you point your right knee forward and then pull your right hip back just a little bit more? Yeah, finding that neutral pelvis. Skull, scapula, sacrum, one straight line. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down, framing the foot. Walk your fingertips forward. Lift your left leg. Can you walk your hands so far forward that you can bring your hands all the way down to the ground? Even further, bring them down. I can see your fingertips. Awesome, now stay here, or can you shift some weight into your hands, feeling this for a moment? Awesome. Now, hands to the hips. Draw the core in, you bring the left leg up. Awesome, left ankle, right knee. Sink your hips. Breathe. Pull the hips back, pull the femur bone back. One more breath, breathe in. Breathe out, come to a stand, release the foot down, shake out your legs, shake out your arms. Awesome, we're gonna make our way down to the ground, whatever that looks like for you. You can move there now or reach up. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees a lot, and then we're just gonna bring our glutes all the way down to the ground. Awesome, extend your legs out in front of you. Then pause here for a moment. We're gonna bend the left leg and bring the left leg left ankle right over the right knee. So we're coming to a figure 4 right here. Awesome. Sit up tall and breathe. Now, if this feels okay on your hip, you may have tight hips, you may want to stay here. Or if it feels okay, you can start to hinge forward slightly, but keep your chest tall, keep your chin lifted, and then think about pulling your jaw back. So skull, scapula, and sacrum are still in this long spine here. Deep breaths. 2 more. Awesome. Sit up tall once again. Extend the left leg out. Bend the right leg, right ankle over the left knee. Sit up tall to start. Now, stay here. Flex your right toes, flex your left toes. Or, again, think skull, scapula, sacrum, all moving together to hinge forward, getting an even deeper hip stretch. Deep breaths. Awesome. Come up. Release the right leg. And then slow and control, let's roll all the way down onto our back. While we're here, we're going to take a modified happy baby. So bend your knees and grab onto the outsides of your knees. And I want you to pull your knees towards your shoulders and flex your toes, but try to hug the heels towards the glutes. So you use your hamstrings here. And just think about pulling the knees in, but keep the tailbone firmly rooted onto the ground. So it's a little bit of a different happy baby. You can play with how closed or open your knees are, but try to keep the integrity in your spine here. So you should feel that tall spine here, where your skull, your scapula, and your sacrum are all in one straight line. Awesome. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your knees together. Give yourself a little bit of a hug. Bring your arms out like a T or a cactus. Keep the knees folded in. So you're trying to keep the knees as close as you can to your chest as you drop your knees over to the right. And then take your gaze over your right shoulder. It's okay if your left shoulder pops up just a little bit. This is a little bit of a different kind of twist. So you should really feel your spine nice and tall. You should also feel a little bit more of an opening in your shoulder, an opening in your pec. Awesome. Now take your knees back through center. Keep those knees tight into your chest and then all the way over to the left. Take your gaze to the left. It's okay if that right shoulder pops up. We're just breathing here. Awesome. Then bring your knees back through center. We'll give ourselves one more big hug. And then we'll find our final resting pose. So extend your legs, extend your arms, and then draw your shoulder blades onto your back. So just like how we started class where we had our palms down, you can have your palms facing up, but think about opening through your collarbones. And find a spot where you can just relax here for a moment. Maybe you soften the gaze or close the eyes. And just let yourself be quiet for a moment. Let your body be heavy and sink into whatever you're touching. And just breathe. Start to deepen your breath. Start to wiggle fingers and toes, head and neck. Bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet to the ground. And then let's roll over to the right side. You can use your right arm as a pillow. And we'll just pause here for one more moment. Press into your hand, press yourself up to a seat. Spine nice and tall. Bring your hands to heart center. 1 to 3 more big breaths together. Wherever you are, exhale. Deep breath in. Open your mouth. Inhale. One more, deepest breath of the day. The love and light inside of me honors the love and light inside of each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me. Namaste. Let me shut off my thing. We don't have to hang up.